Hi, everyone. This is Coach Stephanie Wood. I'm here on my podcast, Tap Into Your Body Confidence, where entrepreneurs unite to showcase their talents. And I'm with one of my favorite colleagues, Kim Luret, and Luret. And before we go into our topic, Kim, tell us what you're up to and how people can connect with you.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. It's really a pleasure to be here with you and everyone. I am a certified transformational life coach. And what that means is I help people tap into their longing and discontent. These are two sacred signals that are going to guide us into creating a blueprint for a life that we want to create and enjoy living. So that's what I do. And if someone's interested in knowing more, they can reach me at either through my website, which is kimluret.com. That's, as you said, KIMLURET. You can reach me by email at kim@kimluret.com. And I also have a free gift for everyone, which I'll give the information for that at the end of this talk.
Perfect, Kim. Thank you so much. And you can reach me at bodyawe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. There's some no-cost ebooks there for you. And as Kim knows, I really enjoy coaching women entrepreneurs to integrate better business skills. And most importantly, to have that tap of confidence around you. It's almost like an aura that gives you energy to showcase your talents. And I do this with my body knowledge system and my years of experience managing and owning several profitable businesses. And with that said, Kim, what intrigued me today about you is you have this beautiful saying in your office. And can you share with the audience what it says? And we will discuss how important that is for our audience.
Yes, I'd be happy to. It's a large framed image that hangs right behind me as I sit at my desk, and it says, "You've got to be brave before you get to be good." And that really spoke to me, because what I've observed, not only in my clients, but in myself, is that there's a part of us that wants to hold back, that's afraid of failing, afraid of being rejected, looking foolish, sometimes even a fear of success. But if we're going to be good at what we really love and want to do and want to give, we've got to be brave first. We're not going to be perfect right out the gate. But as we exhibit courage, then we get practice, and practice creates competence, and competence creates confidence. So that's what all that says behind me. For me, that's the message I remind myself of when I sit at the desk. Sorry?
So I would add on to that, Kim, around being brave. So to me, that interlinks with confidence, but I like to be practical about being brave. Mm-hmm. So I asked myself, how will I do that, Stephanie? I will do that by moving.
Mm-hmm.
Because moving gets me in touch with what's really important to me. And I don't know how to link that with brave, because I'd have to ask you, Kim, do we make a definition of brave? Do we just give an example of it?
Well, I like what you're talking about here. It reminds me of a couple of things. I don't know how many of our listeners are culturally or plugged in enough or old enough, I can put it that way as well, to remember the cowboy actor John Wayne. Anyway, at the time, he was, very famous as a cowboy in the cowboy movies, and always brave and always figuring everything out. But as a real person, not in a movie, he has a famous quote, which is, courage is being afraid and saddling up anyway. In other words, giving your mind, giving your body to take an action. And that reminds me, when you talk about, for you, it's like telling your body, okay, we're going to move. We're going to get into flow. We're going to start expressing and opening up. And I think they are very linked, because as I believe, everything begins first in thought and then in form. So it all starts here in the mind. But it doesn't amount to much unless we move it into the physical and take action. And that requires bravery at times. And so your idea of moving in, going into movement, I think is a beautiful way of starting to free things up, allow for creativity to move in and fear to ebb out.
Well, I think what you have to add to your office is a picture of John Wayne, because that was a gorgeous symbol, because he was so iconic. And yes, all the stories around him was, well, we have this challenge. Let's just get up on the horse and go forth.
Right.
That was beautiful, because our audience will remember that. Now, let me tell you a secret. I actually try not to think and just go into movement. And then the movement, because the thoughts, like, I don't know about you, Kim, but sometimes the thoughts just like, can you be quiet? Just be quiet. I need a rest from
The
you.
Buddhists
Okay.
call it the
Can you
monkey
make an
mind.
appointment, please? I'll see you at 10 o'clock. So if I
great.
move, yeah, if I move first, then the thoughts come in more gracefully. What's your take on that? How does it work for you?
So, well, how does it, I mean, if I'm looking at something that's got me fearful and I want to start getting into action, yeah. It's just, in my opinion, it's a matter of bringing myself back, training my mind, training my thoughts over and over to bring myself to that center line on the highway. I call it the transformation highway, and not drift off the road. So I personally, I'm a very physical person. I've been an athlete most of my life. I'm a dancing fool, as I like to describe myself. So I'm really into movement. But for me, I'm also very much in my head. I think I've heard you say before, you are not at all analytical, and I am. And what I love is, as the French say, it takes everyone to make a world. So we need people like you, we need people like me, and all other kinds. So there's no right or wrong here. But I guess what my practice, it's a metacognition practice of noticing what I'm noticing where my thoughts are in the moment I'm thinking them. That for me is the cornerstone to any conscious movement, whether it be internal or external. So that's my practice. What am I thinking here? Why? Where's my attention? What am I thinking? Okay, is that an empowering thought or not? If it's not, I'm going to change it for one that's empowering. So I might be thinking, I'm afraid, I don't want to try this, I don't want to do this, it might not work, whatever it is. Well, what if it does? What if it does work? There's only one way to find out. And another thing I want to share with your audience, our audience here, if I may, is something that I learned from my mentor about this very thing. All of us are here to express our gifts. It's unique. It's as unique as our thumbprint. No one can take our place in that regard. And it can be scary at times. But she said to me, when you take the focus off yourself and you realize it's not about you, and you come instead of trying to come from a place of, I hope I do this right, I hope I look good, but from a place of service, the burden of having to be perfect and having to get it just right lifts. And with it goes fear.
And that's how you're brave. But again, I will add a different viewpoint. I would use your words, your thoughts, and create an intention with those thoughts and words and move with the words. And that's the dance.
Hmm.
And that makes it all. So, Kim, our audiences will
Embody
like
the
you.
words.
So move, as dancers, we choreograph the words with movements. And that to me creates reality and bravery and intention to move forward with any challenge that we have. So, Kim, we're going to be dancing a lot lately, okay? From now on. So, with that said, Kim, tell us how we can connect with you.
Okay. So I'll start again by repeating the spelling of my last name, Luret, L-U-R-E-T.
It's so beautiful.
So my website,
Luret. Luret. That's
yes,
a dance in and of
Luret.
itself.
So, so that's my name, Kim Luret. So my website is one word, kimluret.com. I can be reached by email at kim@kimluret.com. And then, as I said, I have this free gift for our listeners here, and it's specifically geared towards business women. And it's called the Entrepreneur's Guide to Full Spectrum Wealth. That means abundance and freedom and fun in every area of your life, not just business, not just personal, but both. So you can get that for free. It's my pleasure to offer that here. If you go to kimluret.com/entrepreneur/ kimluret.com/entrepreneur/ and have that in your inbox.
And you can find me at Body Awe, BODY. There might be a little freeze on our podcast here because, Luret just took over the entire podcast. So Body Awe, BODY, AWE.com, BODYAWE.com. And check out my body knowledge system. And Kim and myself really encourage you to contact us for a no-cost consultation because we have a lot to offer you. And with that said, Kim, give us a goodbye smile. Thank you.